What's up, guys? It's your boy Connor Foley on my way to see Venom with the dynamic duo once again. I don't have very many friends, so I just bring these guys with me all the time. So, guys, say hi to the folks back home.
What's going on, YouTube?
Venom. That's all he's got tonight. Mike's too tired for this shit. But, yeah, this is probably, is it safe to say this is probably a movie we've been looking forward to all year? Maybe even a little longer?
Yeah, sure, dude.
Because it's safe to say none of us like Spider-Man 3, right?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit. Except for Peter Parker's awesome dance moves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dylan, how's that dance go?
You do it better than I do, actually.
Coward. Hey, there we go. He'll
Nice.
do it for the vine.
Yeah.
He'll do it for the vine. But yeah, I think we all agree Topher Grace was not a good Venom. Tom Hardy, I think we all think will be a good Venom.
Yeah.
Mike, you know way more about I think the Venom comics than the two of us do combined. What does this movie need to do right for you anyway?
Well, yeah, they need to not shy away from them, like, eating people and stuff, because, I mean, they've been hyping it in the trailer, but obviously we have to see whether or not they'll actually show it, or if it's going to be off-screen, which they don't have to show it, you know, super gorily. I mean, maybe just, like, he friggin' wraps his tongue around them and friggin' pulls them in the air, and then they can maybe, you know, cut away at the last one. I know it is PG-13, so so I don't expect to see anybody get eviscerated, but
I think that's part of the issue that I have. It's like the movie's not rated R.
Yeah, I mean, to make a true Venom movie, really should have went with rated R, but like you had the good point with the fact that if this is successful, they're obviously banking on doing a Spider-Man Venom crossover.
Yeah.
Whether it'll be a Spider-Man sequel or Venom sequel or just a separate crossover type movie.
Yeah, just like a versus movie or something like that.
Then kids are gonna want to know where Venom came from, and their parents are gonna, you know, go on demand and bloop, 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 they'll just play it without even looking. And then if Venom's like tearing people apart and, like, you know, he like eats a raw heart out of somebody's chest.
Yeah,
like,
just blood and guts flying everywhere.
They're gonna be like, oh my God, Timmy.
Basically, but that's the thing. I mean, like, part of me thinks, like, is Sony, like, being afraid to do this? Because, I mean, the Deadpool movies, Logan, those were all rated R, really good movies, and they were very successful. So I feel like the studio should know at this point that a rated R movie, you know, it's not going to hinder the movie's success or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, they have the proof of, you know, it's a different studio, but yeah, there's you know, it's right there in front of you. The two Deadpool movies and Logan, like you said, it's clear they were successful and they were rated R, so it's like
exactly.
But yeah, it's the same thing. Like you said, you're the one who came up with that idea of the Spider-Man, and there's definitely a huge amount of kids who are Spider-Man fans, and I can totally see that. And then imagine the angry emails to Sony being like, "Oh, I freaking tried the plates for my kid. I thought it was a superhero movie, and now I'm seeing people getting eaten, and a Venom freaking tentacle goes up some guy's ass."
Oh man, I don't think I'll go that far, but alright, Dylan, on the low, how do you think this movie's gonna be?
Well, it's tough to say because I think it's geared towards more of like a niche audience. Like, Venom is not I would say if you're not like a regular comic book reader, he's not going to be like your #1 choice to go and see a movie about him.
Yeah, I can see that.
So if it's not appealing to like the general audience, then yeah, it's probably not going to be very good. But
yeah,
I think it is cool that it's not part of the MCU, because we've had so many movies in the MCU recently.
Yes.
So I think it's fresh to have it outside of the MCU, at least this first one. But yeah, obviously if it was rated R, I think it would probably be able to go farther than it's going to be able to.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it is at PG-13, and we'll see if we're actually wanting more from the movie, or if we're satisfied with what we get.
Yeah, it's strange. I know, like, Sony has said, like, technically it does take place in the MCU, but it's not an MCU movie, simply because, you know, Sony still owns the right to Spider-Man, but they let Spider-Man be in the MCU. I'm sure if they want to do that so-called, you know, Spider-Man Venom movie, Tom Holland's probably going to be the one playing Spider-Man. If I had to take a guess, it's probably going to be him, Because, I mean, he's been easily the best Spider-Man. I think we all agree Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man that we've gotten so far. It would just make sense too, I think.
And if they really, really wanted to like, I think at this point, because of the success of Homecoming, like, even if Venom doesn't do that well, and Disney's like, well, we don't know if we want to have Venom in the MCU, I feel like they might still allow Sony to do the movie, the Venom and Spider-Man movie. It'll just be kind of like an event that only takes place to Peter Parker. We won't see Iron Man or anybody.
Exactly.
That way it can be outside the MCU but still involve Peter.
Yeah,
and then maybe
like a little gray
he could
area.
have a little line in another MCU movie where he mentions like Venom, but it's not, you know, it's not like, oh guys, I'm calling up the Avengers, gonna fight in Venom. It'll just be like, oh, you know, this is the time that Peter Parker fought Venom at X time or something like that, you know. So it could still work out in, like you said, the gray area between, you know, the full-blown MCU with Avengers Tower and Tony Stark and everybody, and then just the separate Venom somewhere right in the middle. They could still, I think, pull it off.
I think for me, I want a good performance from Tom Hardy. I want him to, like, because that's it. I feel like similar to, you know, how, you know, what is it? You know, Peter, like Tom Holland has to play both Peter Parker and, you know, Spider-Man. I feel like he has kind of the same role because, you know, he has to play Eddie Brock, who's just a normal everyday, you know, dude, and then he has to play this creepy evil symbiote that eats people. That's Venom. So I want him to be able to own both roles. You know, I mean, I know we're not going to see a lot of bloody, gory violence, even though we should, because that's what it's meant for. You know, I want enough that's at least going to make you go like, oh shit, that just happened. Like, you know, I feel like they've tried to like sugarcoat, being like, oh, it's a really hardcore PG-13 movie or something like that. It's like, but what does that really mean? You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of saying with it. But, and also I would like maybe one like kind of Spider-Man Easter egg. You know, if like the very last scene in the movie was like, you just see Spider-Man on like a tower or something like that. Like he doesn't have to say, he doesn't have to say anything. He doesn't have to do anything. You only have to like put Tom Hardy in there. You can just CGI Spider-Man in there. Just to at least hint that it's like, oh, it's coming. Like, this is gonna happen.
That'd be funny if he was just like, he's just like hanging on a tower, like watching one of the fights go on. He just goes like, whoa.
Yeah.
And that's like, that's it.
And that's
it.
Like,
I'm out of here.
Yep. But anyway, so we just got to the movie theater. We're gonna go inside and watch this. Have my review up later this week. Guys, as always, thank you both for being a part of this. I have a good time doing this with you guys. And for the rest of you, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Later.